In today's news, BVI and Dominican Republic discuss role of Caribbean economic hub. PENN calls for a task force to address tariffs. BVI ensuring sustainable product to cruise passengers. Lemonade BVI symposium titled Truly Seeing the Unseen. Concerns raised in stakeholder meetings about proposed marine legislation. BVI's rising star, the one and only MONÉA, earns coveted Caribbean Music Awards. We have the details of this and much more when 284 News returns.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? Three-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Just give me my service.
Yeah.
Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Thursday, April 10th, 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Thursday's wish to all. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, British Virgin Islands Special Envoy Mr. Benito Wheatley and Dominican Republic Vice Minister for Economic Affairs and International Cooperation, the Honorable Hugo Francisco Rivera Fernandez, have held a bilateral meeting in which they have discussed the importance of a regional economic hub within the Caribbean region to facilitate international trade, particularly as the world economy faces strong economic headwinds that threaten global supply chains. The Vice Minister highlighted the Dominican Republic's growth as an economic hub within the region, whose economy has a strong transportation and trade links with North American, Central American, South American, and Europe. He emphasized the potential benefits of such links to the British Virgin Islands, as well as other Caribbean countries seeking to diversify their trade relationships. The Vice Minister and Special Envoy also continued BVI-DR talks on strengthening economic cooperation, including an initial British Virgin Islands trade mission to the Dominican Republic. Commenting on the bilateral meeting, Mr. Wheatley said, and I quote, "It was a pleasure to engage with Vice Minister Rivera to continue BVI-DR discussions on strengthening economic cooperation. The impressive economic growth and development of the Dominican Republic over the past decade has seen the country emerge as a critical economic hub within the Caribbean. As a close neighborhood, and the British Virgin Islands can also benefit," he said, "from the Dominican Republic's regional and international trade and transportation links. We will continue to work," he said, "with our Dominican partners to strengthen economic cooperation, including the organization of a BVI trade mission to the Dominican Republic in the near future." The bilateral meeting took place in the margins of the 8th meeting of the Forum of the Countries of the Latin America and the Caribbean on Sustainable Development at the UN ECLAC in Santiago, Chile, from the 31st of March to the 4th of April. Opposition member and 8th District Representative, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, says the recent tariffs put in place by the U.S. will affect the BVI, and he is calling on the government to put a task force together with the necessary expertise to analyze the situation and to have early decisions made. During the talking points on Monday, Penn said most products are imported into the territory. With this in mind, the opposition member said government needs to work with the various businesses to ensure that they do not increase their prices, which will make it difficult for consumers.
The BVI imports more than 90% of the goods that we consume in the Virgin Islands.
Yes.
And that includes food, all of the widgets and gadgets that we use and all the things that we use for construction. Majority of that product is imported. And what is happening now with the tariffs are going to affect us. And one of the things I've continued to say in the House Assembly is that all 13 of us have a responsibility to tackle these issues. And all of us hearing the news, watching the news, and we're speculating on what will happen, what wouldn't happen. But none of us are economists. I'm not an economist. None of us in the House are economists. All of us in the public who are nervous about what's happening. And I've said to the government that we have to put together a task force of persons with the expertise to analyze what's happening right now, how it's going to impact us, and we need to be able to make quick policy shifts to sort of insulate ourselves as much as we can. And the government has to bear some of the brunt of this in terms of help support the businesses and the persons on the ground so the prices don't get out of control in a way that persons can't really afford to live and feed themselves in certain instances.
Meanwhile, earlier this week, Premier and Minister for Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, led the high-level discussions with key industry stakeholders on the recent tariffs imposed by the United States government. The session served as a critical platform for open dialogue, sector feedback, as well as the development of the unified approach to safeguard and strengthen the Virgin Islands economy. The British Virgin Islands will continue to ensure its product to cruise passengers in sustainable communications, that is, according to the Communications and Works Minister, the Honorable Kai Reimer. Minister Reimer is leading a delegation to the Seatrade Cruise G-Global Conference in Miami, Florida, which got underway earlier this week. The Virgin Islands delegation is engaging in networking with industry leaders, as well as attending educational workshops and sessions. Minister Reimer stated that these activities will help showcase the territory's unique appeal as a premier cruise destination, and it involves shifting from focusing on the increase in cruise passengers to ensuring sustainability and meeting the expectations that come with it.
Well, being an executive partner, we have the ability to speak with most of the lines directly, the cruise lines directly. We're not here about the numbers and excited about how many passengers we would have coming to our shores, but we want to make sure we understand that we have a sustainable product. We want to make sure that we are also to coexist with the trippers and also overnight guests as well, and to see how we can provide a product where they'll be happy with. And the cruise personnel, they come to the territory just to get a snippet of what we have to offer, and usually they come back. 6 out of 10 of them, they come back to be overnight guests. So you want to make sure that the small time that they are on shore, that they have a remarkable time, hence they'll be able to come back with their family. So you want to make sure that what they enjoy during that short time is something that would encourage them to come back and also share with other persons who come back to our shores.
Up next, viewers, we have much more coming up. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and I'm pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Yo, everything good there?
Bye. This thing got me one way that day.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I watching ball. I've been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. Lemonade BVI, founded in 2018, is a non-profit organization within the Virgin Islands that continues to advocate and support differently abled children, as well as adults and their parents and caregivers within the Virgin Islands. The organization is seeking to advocate, serve as a community, and empower. Ms. Simone Foster, founder of Lemonade BVI and executive director alongside Dr. Bethany Tuck, spoke recently at an upcoming symposium that will be held during Saturday, April 12th, 2025 at Save the Seed Energy Center from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
This is one of the objectives of Lemonade BVI, which is to ensure we have major events in the community, encouraging big turnout, big participation from everyone. It's labeled as a parent and caregiver symposium because we're trying to ensure that we get the persons living with neurodivergence in their families to come out, but it's also for everyone because, like I said before, support is not just about us supporting each other. It's about everyone in the community coming together. The reason being, A, to grow understanding, raise awareness, and then to also share knowledge and information and tips and tricks, right? So the symposium is one of 2 that are going to happen this year. Last year we did the ADHD and dyslexia one, and that was a huge hit. We had lots of participation there. This time we're hoping for the same thing. We're encouraging people to come out. It's a day where we spend time in the space thinking about how can we help grow our community into a more inclusive place? How do we put the tools in place? How do we equip each other and ourselves to get to that place where it's not even a thing to talk about anymore, right? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Oh, yes.
You know, you just have children registered for school or for whatever, you know, or you go to church and the church is inclusive.
The symposium seeks to bring together all stakeholders who play a role in the life of a differently abled individual.
I've found that as we started this work, and already I'm so proud of BVI. BVI, I'm so proud of you. Already I'm seeing the needle move, right? So people are talking about dyslexia, they're getting trained, they're going out there, they're finding information. Same with ADHD. Adults like me are getting diagnosed later in life because they realize, wait a minute, the things I learned at that last symposium, perhaps there's something I need to, And so it's not really about the labels, but it's just about understanding ourselves and understanding how we can be our best selves, right? And it's the same for our children. So the more we know, knowledge is power. The more we know, the better we're going to be as a community. So this time of year, March is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. The 21st is the day we acknowledge it. April 2nd is Autism Awareness Day. So during the month of April, we acknowledge autism. And as I mentioned previously, autism and Down syndrome share a lot of commonality, but the one thing that's different about them, one is seen. You can physically see features of a child or a person living with Down syndrome. You cannot often see it with someone with autism. With Down syndrome, but you cannot see it with autism. So it's really accessing that topic and just getting people to think a little bit deeper about it. Yes, we have deficiencies in the community. Yes, we can do more. Yes, Yes, I get it. But how do we do it? And that's the conversation I want us to have on Saturday, April 12th. So just to encourage people to come out and engage on that level.
Ms. Foster also spoke on the importance of such forums within building awareness and community reach.
Yes, it's early on a Saturday morning. I get it. If you went out Friday night, it might be a problem. However, set your alarm, come out. We'll have coffee, we'll have pastries, we'll have things ready for you, refreshments. We'll have lunch available as well for the day. And we also have free childcare. So don't try to find a sitter for the kids. Bring them. We have that arranged for you. It's at Save the Seed, downstairs. There's the play area and the bowling alley. The kids will have a blast while we're doing our thing upstairs. There's no fee involved. Thanks to our sponsors.
Beautiful.
Absolutely free. So the only thing you're giving on that day is your time and an open mind. Come with an open mind. Come to learn from each other. And that's it.
Both ladies also highlighted the importance of early detection and reinforced community awareness.
I was very, very pleased. Just the last few weeks in church, I was approached by a Rotarian, one of your counterparts.
Sunrise, yes.
There you go. And they were so tickled. This was Sonia. She was so tickled to hear about what we were doing in the community, and she really wanted us to wanted you guys to be a part of our work. And right away, without much thought going into it, Rotary Sunrise is now partnered with Lemonade in a big way. So they've also provided financial support for the symposium, and we're very grateful for that. We also have Ernst & Young. They're one of our sponsors, as well as, they're going to kill me. There's another one.
That's fine. If we remember, we can get back to it.
We'll plug that in. But we do have other supporters in the community. We have anonymous donors as well and supporters, because there are people out there who want to give, but they just don't want. It's not about the recognition.
It's also appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. And so La Dulce Vita is one of those supporters. I'm going to plug them because the kids love the ice cream there. Yes. And Pearl is just amazing. She was there with us at the the bowling night. Yeah. And it's definitely really, really good to see so many community partners coming out and just supporting us in a big way.
For persons wishing to follow and support Lemonade BVI, Ms. Foster shared social media handles and contact information.
So we've got a Facebook page. Just type Lemonade BVI into Facebook, you'll find us. We also have an Instagram handle, and you can also find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. I think that's when you have to actually search for my name, Simone Foster, but if you type Lemonade BVI, you'll find all of our videos there. The YouTube one, I would like to mention that we have videos there, not only of our events and things that we've done, but we also have this series that I'm hoping to keep building. It's called SPED Talk. This is where we sit kind of like what we're doing right now with specialists and just have conversations about topics. And so that's a really good one for people to take a look at on our channel, just to start understanding a bit more beyond just what they're seeing with Lemonade in the community. Because the work that we're doing, it's not just about raising awareness. There's so much more, and I'm sure you're going to get into that when we talk about our 3 pillars. But I just wanted to emphasize that there's work to be done, and we're going to keep doing it.
For persons wishing to follow and support Lemonade BVI, Ms. Foster shared social media handles and contact information. For the full interview, visit all Tweet4 media platforms. Up next, we have much more coming up. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Hire BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Hire BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Start
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected.
Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second.
Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI, CCT Fire, and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. Many persons involved in the marine industry have raised a number of concerns at a meeting on Tuesday evening as government prepares to make amendments to its maritime legislations. The proposed amendments to be discussed include the Commercial Recreational Vessels Licensing Bill of 2024, Cruising and Home Port Permit Bill of 2024, and Customs Management and Duties Bill also of 2024. Now, viewers, these amendments are to go before the House of Assembly quite soon. One of the persons expressing concerns was Julian Johnson on behalf of his company, Island Times Power Boats. Johnson's concerns was boats coming from the USVI and involved in day charters with passengers picked up in the BVI.
USVI day charter boats coming into the BVI, clearing into customs empty, just the captain on board, going on to Little Dix Bay or Inlet Bay or Scrub Island, picking up a charter or the cruise ships, doing a day charter within the BVI, baths, Willie T, and so on, dropping the guests back to the hotel and then going back to the USVI. That happens consistently now. And we think it's very important that this new bill make that a restricted, prohibited activity. We have no issue with USVI boats coming in with day trippers that they've picked up in the USVI, doing a BVI day charter and heading back down with their guests. In fact, we think that is we want that. We have no issue with it. They're obviously all of the places like Saugidal and so on. That's a very important part of their business, and we have no issue with it. I would go a step further to say that we need to make it easier for them to do that. If you go down to West End on any given morning at 9 o'clock, it's clogged with USVI day tripper boats, clearing customs like any other vessel, getting passports stamped. We have to find a creative way for it to be easier for them to do that thing. I don't know if there's a way to treat them similar to cruise ship passengers, where they come in, and since they're just here for a limited amount of time, that there's a seamless way to get them cleared through.
Johnson also raised issues in relation to foreign-based water taxis as well as home-based BVI day charter boats. He says provisions relating to these areas need to be clearer within the legislation.
I think it's Section 10C. And it may be mentioned somewhere else, but that needs to be made a little clearer and explicit in what it's trying to say. The other issue I would say, and it kind of comes back to what John was saying earlier about people skirting the system. I think it's I still struggle a little bit with the BVI vessel versus home-based vessel versus whatever else. And I think it needs to be, at least for day charters and water taxis, explicitly stated in the bill that a home-based BVI day charter boat or water taxi is has a licensed here, registered here, and based here, physical base of operations, even if the boat may have to be here, be based here. What I'm concerned is that you find people registering the boats here, getting the CRVL, creating some kind of satellite office that kind of gives the impression that they're home based, and the boats are coming back and forth from the USVI every day. So I think that needs to be, the language needs to be worked out on that to make sure that there's no ambiguity in it.
On the entertainment scene, the BVI's very own, the very talented MONÉA has secured a nomination at the Caribbean Music Awards, placing her firmly amongst a dynamic class of breakout dancehall and talents, including Armani, Molly Don, and Lady Lava. This recognition underscores MONÉA's growing influence and impact on the contemporary Caribbean music scene. MONÉA's versatility as an artist is underscored by the inclusion, of course, with Caribbean R&B Artist of the Year category, where she stands alongside acclaimed Bajan singer Amanda Rafir, Jamaican vocalist Tosh Alexander, Ninea, and her former collaborator Dexter Dabbs. This placement is a testament to the genre-bending nature of her music, with her signature sound, of course, coined with a number of captivating fusions in the dancehall and pop, continuing to attract and convert fans across the globe. In its third annual celebration, the Caribbean Music Awards-led Labor Day weekend within New York shines a spotlight on impactful artist products, as well as producers, industry figures across a diverse spectrum of Caribbean genres, for which the beautiful British Virgin Islands is, of course, involved. This year's nomination features over 140 individuals across more than 40 categories, including fellow artists from the U.S. Virgin Islands such as Pressure, Pumpa, Third Star Martin, and of course, the Caribbean Music Awards are presented by the Caribbean Elite Group, publishers of Caribbean Elite magazine, a quite prominent platform showcasing Caribbean culture, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. Voting for the awards is now open to the public at the Caribbean Music Awards website and will continue until the 1st of May, Friday. Virgin Islanders and fans worldwide are encouraged to show their support for MONÉA by voting for her before the deadline. History has been made once again, as today, MONÉA is the first artist from the British Virgin Islands to be recognized by the annual event. This nomination comes as an exciting time for MONÉA as she gears up to release her highly anticipated sophomore album, Volume 2, of course, Mood Swings, this summer. We have, of course, much more details, and of course, we'll be following this amazing journey by the lovely MONÉA. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, as well as our WhatsApp channel for daily updates. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Thursday is wished to all. Goodbye.